It'll never ever sit right with me how she says she doesn't draw ugly people, then just rarely draws darker people. Wanted to or not, her humor is the cringiest thing ever.
Sometimes I get the vibe that she doesn't think calls anything outside.
I can smell
somebody
the
who likes
Kooleen
every
and
single
his
time
black.
someone starts
This
talking
is
about
hopefully
Kooleen
she
and his
learns to
black,
love
I get
others.
into fight. Where's the juiciness?
So let's talk about Kooleen. Have you ever wondered if popular art tutorials are doing more harm than good? Hey everyone, my name is Rina and today we're diving deep into the digital art world and discussing a rather controversial figure in the art community, Kooleen. Known for her anime-style artwork and tutorials, Kooleen amassed a significant following but not without facing some serious criticism. So let's see what's going on. Kooleen has gained popularity for her tutorials, but a lot of her viewers as well as other artists have expressed disappointment in the shallow advice she provides. Instead of teaching fundamental art practices, she often relies on quick fixes and superficial techniques. Additionally, her humor has been widely criticized for being unfunny and offensive.
Wanted to or not, her humor is the cringiest thing ever.
Sometimes I get the vibe that she doesn't think beginners are a thing. Especially at the part where she looks at a drawing of a potential beginner artist and says, "Where's the juiciness?" I'm sorry to shock you, but did you know that no one is born a master? Did you know that no one is naturally good at one thing at birth?
And also I'm going to make review on Kooleen's eye tutorial very soon and try to fix her eye tutorial, so subscribe if you want to see that. Another issue raised against Kooleen is her promotion of toxic beauty standards. By avoiding drawing what she considers ugly or unattractive people, she reinforces harmful ideas about appearance and self-worth.
I'm pretty sure she calls anything outside Korean beauty standards ugly. She has even called us, her viewers, ugly before, and it's nothing new. The features she called ugly weren't specifically black. They are pretty common amongst people who are not models, LOL, and I think it wouldn't make her racist, but rather ignorant.
It'll never ever sit right with me how she says she doesn't draw ugly people, then just rarely draws darker people.
What stirred even more controversy was Kooleen's attempt to fix the features of black women's artwork to make it more anime-like. That raised serious concerns about cultural appropriation and insensitivity to diverse ethnic features.
I can smell the internalized racism from here. Hopefully she learns to love herself and others and stop projecting.
As somebody who likes Kooleen and is black, this is insanely disrespectful and racist. I'm feeling really conflicted about this. Every single time someone starts talking about facial structure, I get into fight or flight mode, since it's usually used to justify racism.
This is one of the reasons I don't like the art community. People are low-key to straight-up racist and will freak out the moment you suggest drawing more diversity because it threatens their creative freedom.
I'm just kind of pointing out some different opinions that people have, and I don't want to call everybody racist. Also, I'm not a black person to even decide that if it's offensive or not to black people, right? I'm just saying that I feel like it's not more of a race problem. It's just kind of a wrong take on features of a character, which also the author, the artist of this drawing, I don't even know their opinion. Maybe they're fine with it. If you guys know, please let me know in the comments what you think about it, and if artist replied and if the artist was fine with it. I'm really curious about that. I think it's just the features were portrayed in a wrong way, in my opinion. Kooleen's preference for Eurocentric features in her art tutorials also raises questions about inclusivity. Her lack of representation and diversity in her artwork and tutorials further perpetuates the underrepresentation of various ethnicities in the art community. Okay, so I was editing this video and there were some takes that I had that I wanted to retake. Okay, so I did more digging into comments and people's opinions on her. Turns out there are a lot of people of color who are really upset with her and would really want to see more diversity in her art, and I have more of like a controversial opinion, maybe someone would say, because I can imagine somebody would like disagree with me really strongly, which you guys totally can have your opinion and I respect it and I understand your view, why you want to see more diversity in her art and stuff like that. But then my take is also that I think it's artist preference, right? What type of face they prefer to draw. There are a lot of artists who pretty much draw copy-paste faces with like same face syndrome, and a lot of artists from different countries. I saw a lot of artists from Japan, Korea, my country where I'm from. It's totally super often I see that people draw the same face over and over again, and then nobody is really attacking them type of opinion about like that every artist have to be diverse, and I disagree with that. Not every artist has to be diverse because art, right? But please hear me out. I think in this case it's still kind of controversial, and I see why people are upset, because Kooleen said several times she doesn't draw ugly people, right? And then she whitewashes characters or just never draws black characters. I always draw characters based on my own appearance or appearance of people surrounding me, or like just my favorite like celebrities or something like that. And a person from Eastern Europeans and Asian people is the only thing I saw in my life when I was growing up. So I have some tendencies to draw much more often specific types of people and specific complexions. And there is a reason for that. And I feel like a lot of artists will understand me right now, and maybe Kooleen has the same situation. Drawing diverse people, different types of features, different types of ethnicities, different ages, all that is hard. It's hard to learn that. You know, for me, it's my comfort zone to draw this one specific type of face that I know 100% how to color it, how to shade it, and all that. And if I try to draw a black person, which I tried to do for this video, and I did it a lot of times before, I'm just trying to say that I'm just thinking like, am I going to be attacked for that I'm not drawing diverse characters enough? I'm just kind of trying to, you know, be in Kooleen's shoes as well and kind of see the different points, the different perspectives. So on one hand, I understand when people are really upset with her because of her specific comments and some jokes or some things that she said that are harmful, and they are kind of ignorant. And then on the other hand, I'm trying to understand also how maybe it goes through her head, like how she thinks about it. Because looking at her art, as I said, I follow a lot of Asian artists in general, and there are a lot of accounts with like same faces, as I already mentioned. It is, in my opinion, a form of art. It is in a way a form of like, oh, these are my illustrations, this is the thing I'm focusing on, a type of character that I'm focusing on, a type of character that is close to me, that I can resemble myself with, for example, or, you know, something like that. Because different people do art for different purposes, and some people want to like resemble their characters with themselves, some people want to draw diverse characters, some people want to, you know, there are different ways. But then if there were times when she specifically stated that she's trying to draw this like black character or person of color or like diverse features, and then if she failed delivering it, then maybe it's a question of skill and just really not having the skill and information on how to actually do it, because you have to learn how to do it properly. Even shading black people's skin, you should search it up, you should look it up, you know, because it is a little bit different. It's just about color theory. Basically, like, you have to learn color theory and understand it better, right? I just want to say that it's everybody's right willingly just stay in their comfort zone. I guess it is, as I believe, it's a skill to learn how to draw diverse people and diverse ages, different features and stuff like that. And for a long time, I was also avoiding that, drawing different age groups and stuff like that, and different ethnicities and so on, because it means I have to go out of my comfort zone and study a lot. And at that time of my life, I did not want to do that. I wanted to have my comfort art that I draw the same face several times again and again, the same type of template that I had. I didn't have exactly like the template, but it was like in my head. So it was like a mechanical kind of automatic work of my hand and my brain, you know. And a lot of artists have like this like comfort character or face they pretty much draw over and over again. Maybe I'm wrong. Please tell me if you think that if you really like disagree with me. I would really want to hear people, like other people's opinions, and I'm not going to be offended by any of that because everybody's entitled to their own thoughts. So kind of using this one template that she does, it simplifies her work. And I think this is what I disagree with, because in my opinion, art should be diverse in a way that you can draw characters that look differently, but they still will be in the same style, you know, in your own style, and people can still say, oh, this is her style, you know, if you're really attempting to draw diverse character, if it makes sense. Also, you have to keep in mind that people who submit artworks to like different artists to kind of fix, quote unquote, fix their art or like criticize their art. If there's a popular artist, right, and they do art video critiques or something, which I did on my old YouTube channel, which I had almost 500,000 subscribers on my first channel, and I also made this type of videos where I was, quote unquote, fixing people's art. But that's the thing, people submit art to these like bigger channels to kind of redraw them or fix them because they want to see their drawing in this more popular artist art style, if that makes sense. Of course, that may not mean that it is actually like going to be correct fixing, like in terms of like academic art or proper anatomy or something. It's to fit their anime style or to see how this same artwork will look in basically other artists' hands, and that is kind of interesting. I can see the issue a little bit with like putting the every character into this one template, but then again, what do you guys think? Is it actually like a racism issue? I think it's more of just an issue of misrepresenting features in general. And as somebody said that, you know, some black people can have the same features as like her template, not the template, I mean, you know what I mean, like they can fit there. And then also there are like other people of other ethnicities, for example white people or like Asian people, who would not fit the template as well. So I did some actual research of actual Japanese artists, like anime artists, since Kooleen is drawing in anime art style and she's really trying hard to fit their like the characters into this template or this style, right? I did some research on anime style, and within anime style there are a lot of different styles as well. And actual Japanese like artists, they draw different features. Although we all can agree that whitewashing in anime is also a thing, and there are a lot of misrepresented black characters, but in terms of just in general, in terms of features, they don't have to fit this specific template. What I'm trying to say is that you can draw characters with different features, but they can still look like it's your style, if that makes sense. I just think that people should be more open-minded and respectful to one another, and I didn't want to like get anybody to hate Kooleen but with this video or anything like that. So what I wanted to say with this video is that I totally disagree with Kooleen being kind of mean and calling like people's art goofy or ugly and just in general saying kind of harmful things. But then at the same time, I just wanted to offer an alternative view on some of these things that people were talking about in the community. So please let me know your opinion and stay tuned to me fixing her eye tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.